recording, but he's not recording you, he's recording himself, okay? So, I need you to be aware too that since that is recording, it'll pick up your voices, which is fine. We collaborate, we talk in this class, so act normal, just be aware of what's going on. Okay. So I'm gonna try to connect my iPad really fast. While I'm connecting my iPad.
Wait, was it?
Okay, while I'm connecting my iPad, what should you be doing?
Answering the question.
Answering the question. Now, does everyone have to answer this?
No.
Yes.
No. Okay, if you have nothing you need to go over, then you don't have to participate in this poll. It's anonymous anyway. But if you do have a number that you want to discuss on last night's assignment, really yesterday's assignment because you should have finished it, then go ahead and put your number through pull everywhere and we'll see. My last class we had a little Wi-Fi issue on spinning it. Okay. Y'all need the website again? Okay. You need it. Submit. I'm going to give you one more minute to submit. Remember, number space, number space. If you don't have anything to submit, you don't have to put the word none in. Just submit your name. Yes.
You're on the floor, fam.
Okay, let's count how many are there. 11. Anybody absent today? Hi. Can you look around at your tables, your areas? Is anyone absent today?
Martonius Maximus. Dude, are you a draft person? I moved your ass.
Alright, so any that we need to go over. I don't have any responses. Are any of y'all waiting in limbo? Because, you know, internet. Okay. Well, we are going to go over one even if you don't want to because there's one I want to discuss. So, are you turned over to your 1-5?
Yeah.
Okay, so turn your 1-5 and follow with me. Also, I will give someone a gigantic high five.
I'll get a high five if I do what?
Where's my stylus?
I checked. Your stylus pin.
Yeah,
Didn't you have it when you walked in?
Probably.
There it is.
I mean, I've got an extra. I'm prepared. Alright, so, hi, come back with me. I know it's Friday. Stay with me, okay? So, the one I got the most questions on in my last class, number 16. Find a number that is 96 greater than its opposite, okay? I want you to dissect this sentence and turn it into a number sentence, okay? It's word sentence right now, we're going to change it to a number sentence. So find a number that is. Do you know what a number is? X. We don't know, so we will put an X in its place, okay? Find a number that is. What does that is mean? Equals. That is. How do you represent 96 greater than? 96 plus, okay? So this is your 96 plus its. What is its talking about? X. But its opposite. What is the opposite of what we first did? Negative X. So when you solve that, okay, when you combine your like terms, move those variables to one side, you're going to get 2x equals 96. Divide by 2, you're going to get your value for x, okay? So it plays out. When we're talking about a number's opposite, it's just like absolute value, right? Whatever the opposite sign is, okay? So, any other questions? You feel okay about this, y'all? Yes. Number 14? Okay, glance up at number 14. This is what we went over in my last class, okay? So the issue that my last class had with this one was what? What did I define out here? The distribution, okay? So make sure when you distribute to everything, and make sure your signs are correct when you're distributing, okay? So you should, after you distribute, you should have 2x minus 6 plus 5 equals 3x minus 3. When you combine like terms, you should have that 2x what? When you combine these, what do you get? Minus 1 equals 3x minus 3, okay? So, if you move over your 2x, that's a way to keep your variables positive. So minus 2x, you have a negative 1 is equal to x minus 3, right? Okay? And then, y'all can see my handwriting, okay? What's your last step? Add 3, good. Add 3, so x is equal to what? 2. Should you be able to check your answer? Yeah, plug it back in, go to my answer key, hit up Photomath, okay? Check yourself as you go. Y'all getting pretty good at accessing my answer keys and figuring out how to check yourself as you go? Okay, super important that y'all know right or wrong immediately so we can fix those issues as we find them. Yes?
On number 12, on like an actual test, if we had put a decimal, would that still be correct?
So it's a very good question. I put in multiple versions of this, multiple equivalencies. I boxed the 13 over 5 because that's an improper fraction. You would not be wrong if you gave me an equivalent version of that. Most likely on a test it would be multiple choice. So I would give you a certain format. You would have to know how to change it back and forth. Starting in algebra, you're going to see answer format being more improper because you'll learn this in a unit that we'll get to very soon. We want to see things as change in y over change in x. That is slope, okay? And your y equals mx plus b, that's your m. Slope is always change in y over change in x, okay? You won't see a lot of mixed numbers anymore. You will see it as improper fractions. So how do you feel about changing between decimal, fraction, mixed number, back to fraction? You okay with that? Okay. You have a function in your calculator that will do that for you. So if that's not your wheelhouse, I can show you how to do it on your calculator to make it a quick process for you, okay? But y'all learned probably back in 5th or 6th grade how to do that conversion back and forth between those equivalencies. So you will see me write more in improper fraction to answer your question. So if you don't have it in that version, just as long as you can create the equivalency to check yourself, that'll work. Okay? So as a multiple choice answer, you'll see it like this. Okay? All right. So we feeling okay with equations of variables on both sides?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what are we doing today?
Same thing.
Same thing, but same process, but we're going to interpret our answers a little differently today. That's why there's not a lot of examples, okay? So this should be a quick day for us to discuss, and then I want you to have time to really work through the stuff that you need to do to practice what we're learning today, so that you can get your questions out while you have me and the geniuses around you, okay? So go ahead and open up 1-6. I'm going to clear my work really fast. Okay? So this is one of those, even if you think that solving equations of variables on both sides is super easy for you, that's fine. I hope the process is getting easier for you because you've already practiced it for an entire day, okay? So I want to go back through and interpret answers. So we're going to skip number 1 because number 1 is just going to come out exactly like all your problems did yesterday. You're going to get a value, okay? I want you to move to number 2. Start number 2 on your own right now. Collaborate with the people around you. And I want you to get to a point where, I don't know, maybe you get stuck, or maybe I don't know if I'm doing the right thing going any further. I want you to get to where you feel comfortable with an answer and then stop. It's okay if it's halfway through. So give it a try. Compare the people around you.
Number 2?
Number 2. Yeah, we're going to skip number 1. So work on number 2 as far as you can get. The only thing I'm going to do for you up here is draw those wonderful little arrows so that you remember to distribute all the way through. And it's okay to stop where you get confused. Stop where you get confused. I do expect you to be able to distribute, combine like terms, and start moving your numbers and variables. Okay? I do expect you to get that far. But stop where you need to stop. We'll give about 1 more minute. Yep. What's up?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, geez.
Some people are interested. I feel like sitting on a couch full of geniuses.
I tried to tell him, but he just said you want genius.
Ah.
What's wrong with my life?
See, compare your work, compare your process.
I'm gonna look at your website. He came back and
Let's go. We gotta say that. Is that you?
You got rid of the G? You got rid of the G? How far did you get? Okay, undistract. There you go, keep going. I know, this is a good class period for that. But, algebra. Okay, so, in walking around, I'm just copying y'all's work. I saw a lot of people with this on the left. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I just copied y'all. So, I feel good about that. Okay, on the right side, I saw a lot of y'all with this. Pretty good? Yeah. Okay, so far so good. What would be your next step? What do you think?
You have to isolate the variable on one side.
Well, we do, but what do we need to do right here first?
Oh, you could just add like terms.
You could just add like terms. That's definitely part of the process. So, you have 2g minus 8 equals 2g minus 6. Okay? As we get through more and more problems, you're going to be able to stop at this step right here and say, wait a minute, there's something going on with this. Okay? If we start separating our variables from our integers, okay? I can do a plus 8 on both sides, right? That's legal. So I have 2g equals 2g what? Plus 2, good. So, last step. Not last step, but next step. What would you
You
do?
gotta get the variables on the same side.
Okay, so let's move the variables over. So how about we move them to the
Left.
left? So I would do what?
Minus
Minus 2g minus 2g. Zero's out over there, but uh-oh, it also does what?
Zero's out.
It zeroes out. 2g minus 2g is?
Zero.
0. Some of y'all might say it's 0g, right? You have 0 g's left. But if we have 0g, I'm going to slash that for you. We have 0g. This is a property that you learned in 6th grade. 0 times any number you plug in for g is going to equal 0. So this is just 0. So I have 0 equals 2. How do you feel about that statement? It's false. It is false. 100% false. 2 has a value of 2, and 0 has a value of 0. But 0 does not have a value of 2. So that is a false statement. So I do want you to put the word false. So you know. Do you remember when we talked about absolute value on the very first day?
Yes.
And we talked about this is true, this is false? What did we say about those false statements? No solution. This is false because it's mathematically impossible for 0 and 2 to have the same value. Mathematically impossible. If something's mathematically impossible, it's a false statement, and your answer is no solution. Okay, so don't give me no, don't give me false. Take it to that next step. No solution is your formal algebraic answer. Okay? So no solution. Any false statements will result in no solution. Okay?